Well, hello there. Come on in. I'm Chris Brown. I'm your humble chimney sweep. I was just going over your chimney inspection report, but now that you're here, make yourself comfortable. Let's go over it together, shall we? Okay, now let's take a look at the inspection report and see how it reads out. This is a generic report. This is exactly what you will get, only your information obviously will be filled into all these blanks. The upper right-hand corner of the report is the legend. Each one of these initials pertain to something. A is consistent with the age of the chimney. B, see comments below. C, repairs needed. D, need further evaluation. Or E, not applicable. And they're placed into the boxes next to the parts of the chimney that can be easily identified in this diagram. And then, of course, you'll find my comments here below. Now, let's take a look at your personal report. So stay with me. Hey, what a great looking house. What a nice neighborhood, good location to live in there. Let's go inside. Let's take a look at the fireplace so we can see it's an open wood burning fireplace. Has a set of brass glass door set here. The damper's working well. You can see me operating it there. Smoke chamber. Smoke chamber is corbelled. This was the style at the time. In 2006, the codes changed, and now they want the chimneys parged smooth. Parging chimneys can actually be beneficial to some folks. It will pick up the draft a little bit, make it, if you've got a fireplace that's a bit of a smoker, in other words, some of the smoke's coming back into the house, it can help solve that problem. If this fireplace, instead of running up the side of the house, which it does, if it ran up the center of your home and there was cabinets behind it, and when you opened the cabinets, it got warm in there when you were having a fire, then parging it with a refractory cement with a little perlite, which is a masonry insulator in there, can help solve those problems. I don't see any of that going on here. I don't think there would be any benefit for you to parge the smoke chamber. It certainly wasn't code at the time the house was built. Obviously, the chimney was up to code at that time. So you can scratch that off your list. We look up inside, up underneath the hearth extension itself. Now you got to note that you have about 12 inches of masonry brick, and then there's a bed of concrete underneath the brick before you reach the top of this wood here. This is the original form for holding all that concrete in and the bricks in. I don't know if it's providing any support. It's probably supporting, the hearth extension's probably supporting itself, and the wood could probably just simply be removed. However, it's not hurting anything, and with that much masonry, it's unlikely to be a fire threat of any sort. I'd just leave it in there, to be honest with you. Obviously, the building inspector, when the house was built, was happy with the way it looked, so I wouldn't do anything with that. I would scratch that off the list. Stainless steel cap, keeping the birds and squirrels and rain out of the flue systems, and it's doing what it was intended to do. It's covering them. There's nothing to be done here. That cap is perfectly okay. And by the way, chimney caps are not code required in the state of North Carolina. So if it was causing a problem, let's say it was too low or something, which it's not, then it could just simply be removed and it would be back up to code. We look at the concrete work here, though. Boy, we can see a lot of cracks in here. It looks like some water might be getting down in there. That's something that does need to be repaired, and I've given you a price on repouring the crown. Well, let's move down to the flue system. So we ran a scanner up the chimney, and we looked at the flue joints. Now, there's a flue joint every 2 feet because your chimney is built by 13 by 13 flue sections that are 2 foot in length. So as the mason lays up the chimney, he stacks one upon the other, and he mortars the joint just like you would the mortar between two bricks. But over time, this mortar drops out for whatever reason. You can see these little gaps in here. And so it should be repaired. If you're going to burn wood or vented gas logs produce carbon monoxide. If you're going to burn wood or vented gas logs, probably be smart to have this repaired. You don't need to knock this out. There's no gaping holes, great big holes, or missing flue sections. Basically, we would just pull a slip form up through the center of this thing and fill all these flue joints with refractory cement, which is the code required product to be here to begin with. And I'm going to show you what that looks like in this illustration, so stay with me. Now, all chimneys do not need to be relined when you have some missing mortar between the flue sections. Here is an illustration of how a chimney is relined. Basically, we run a machine down the chimney similar to this that cuts out the old flue sections, install a brand new stainless steel liner. Those are for folks that absolutely need to have their chimney relined. Maybe they've got great big holes or they're missing flue sections. Here is a better way of fixing a flue system with some minor issues, maybe a little bit of mortar missing between the flue sections. And here's what it looks like once we've finished. Now, if you folks have any questions for me at all, just give me a call, 704-526-6348. You can email me at chris@affordablesweep.com. Thanks.